I used to think light work was something weird, strange, evil, odd, whatever word you want to use to just describe abnormal. That's what I thought light work was. And because of my Christian background, it was even like, should I even be doing this? There was also a fear associated with it as well. Hi, my name is Jasmine Kiana, and I am author of Falling Madly in Self-Love, the real secret to manifesting your dream life. At least that's the title now. I don't know if it will stick with it by the time we publish, but at least that's what we're going with now. So yeah, soon to be published author and mentor to high achieving women who have made it, so to speak, but still feel empty or unfulfilled or like something's missing, or even worse, like success is kind of suffocating them even. And that's what my work is. And that's why I want to share this video with you here today, because I use light work as a part of my work as I mentor in my soon to be course. And then it's filled throughout my book as well. So, light work, when I first came across it, wasn't this beautiful, wonderful thing that I'm about to tell you about now. Oh, no. It was frightening. It was scary. It was foreign. It was new. It was, oh my God, what the is this? That's my first encounter with light work. And that's what this video is about. I'm going to tell you more about what light work, specifically quantum light work, because I know I do see people talk about light work freely in the terms of like, people, beings that are here is just lights, but we're specifically talking about light work, using it, quantum light work, using it as energy work, energy healing. The closest thing to it that most people will be familiar with is Reiki. It is different. Quantum light work is different, which we'll get into that as well. But that's what this video is about. So, what is light work? Jasmine, you've been going on and on and on about it. Okay, tell us what it is, right? You're like, okay. Well, essentially, simply put, quantum light work is when we use our thoughts, our mind to play with light, so to speak, in the quantum in order to create, essentially. It's the simplest way. And you can use it for healing, the traditional healing purposes that you think of when it comes to like physical ailments. You can use it for on a spiritual, mental level as well. You can use it on all aspects of our bodies as human beings on a human level and a spiritual level. And so quantum light work, quantum energy work, it more so focuses on using light in your mind to create the life, the body, the outcome, the experience, however you want to look at it, that you consciously, intentionally want to create. Put it that way. That is what light work is. And we are all light sources, as all light beings, as all gods coming from God. However, there is a such thing where you can intentionally use light as a source to intentionally create for yourself and for others. And that is essentially, in a nutshell, what light work is in its most simplest terms. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments, because I feel like I'm not really doing my best at explaining it. But that's neither here nor there. This is my very first video putting it out there. So I just, hey, I said I'm gonna be an example. I was challenged by my own mentor to share this with the world. I was freaking terrified when she gave me this challenge, because it's like, what? It's all fun and dandy for me to be doing this light work thing in private and with no one watching, but to share it with the world, I was like, what? What? You want me to record a video and do what now? But whatever. I am answering the call. I am taking on the challenge and trusting that as I start now, that I will feel more confident and freely to share the power of light work, which is why my mentor even put me to this challenge because it truly has been a powerful, 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 powerful tool in my life since 2023 that has literally transformed everything. Like, literally helped me fall in love with myself, find my purpose, finally get my life on the path to soul aligned success, put it that way, and manifesting my dream life, put it that way. That is the power of light work. I feel like it's been that missing piece on my journey to help me heal and to help me transform. I have been going to years and years of therapy, and I'm talking about all types of not just talk therapy, but I've done hypnotherapy, like all types of different types of therapy that you can think of. I've tried non-traditional things like acupuncture and started yoga, Pilates, working out. Like, I've always kind of been a physically fit person, changing my diet, like my sleep habits. Like, I've kind of done it all. I've been working with other energy type of workers and other energy healers and done somatic work and somatic exercises. Like, you name it, I've tried it. The sound baths, all the things, right? I've done it. And when I encountered Aaron Worley specifically and Lightworkers 101 and the term light work, it was the first time in 2023 that I even heard the term. It was a day that I didn't even know at the time, of course, obviously, was a day that like my life would forever be transformed. Because even though it was like, what is this? And as I turned to the back of her book and I read it and she explained, and then I started Googling it. And then I went back to her page. I learned more about her. I looked up some videos. I saw how she explained it. It really didn't resonate to me. And it really sent me, like I said, into this fear spiral of like, oh my God, is this Christian? Is this evil? You know how the Christian community is, especially in the South, Baptist community, you go straight to, is this voodoo? That's always the thing, right? Is this witchcraft? And so I was immediately terrified, but it was something that kept calling me because I felt this strong pull, even though I felt terrified. I was like, but what is this? It feels so different, so strange, so weird, so odd, yet it feels so interesting, intriguing, familiar, even. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, yeah, Jasmine, that's where I'm at. Trust me, I was there with you, which is why I'm not going to just do like one long video. I'm going to break this up into a whole series for you. We're going to do a whole Lightwork series. And then in this very first video, I just wanted to share with you the basics of what light work is, how light work came into my life, and just the transformation, the overwhelming transformation that it has had in my life in comparison to all the other therapeutic tools. And I'm not knocking them. They've been great support and they've really helped propel me and really helped me grow on my journey. They really have. So I'm not knocking any of those tools. They're great. And I would even say they're probably what put me in this space and prepared me to even be ready to receive the light work and to even cross paths with Aaron, I would even venture to say. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, well, should I skip all the other stuff? I'm not saying that. I don't want you to get that from this video. I'm just specifically sharing my path and I'm sharing the power of light work with you as I have experienced it within my life. And how not only along my journey, I realized that it was not only a tool that I've learn to use because I first found out about it through Erin Worley's book, but then it eventually led me to join her Quantum Lightwork Academy. And I was able to experience it live, and it was almost for an entire year. And I learned so many cool things about just how powerful not just light work is, but how powerful we are as a beings and as human beings, and how we've had this power, all of us inside of us, this whole entire time as light beings, this light source, this light energy, this light power that we can wield and use at command at any time. I was like, oh my God, this is so freaking cool. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm embarrassed because it also sounds a little bit crazy. Because it is, like I said, is as I described it and defined it earlier, within the mind, within the field, within the quantum field. So there's all these thoughts and things swarming through my head, like all these warm and fuzzy thoughts. And at the same time, all these crazy fear, like what is going on thoughts, right? So if you're in that space, you're in the right space because that's where I was. Trust me. I'm here to tell you from, and I love Jesus. I'm coming from that background, the Christian background. I'm here to share this with you. And not only did I find out how powerful it was a tool to help heal me on my spiritual journey, but that all of it tied in together with my mental health journey, my emotional journey, healing my inner child. It's just so magical. I can't wait to share over the next several videos that's coming through this series, like how it has literally transformed my life in so many ways, and how it has not only helped me heal those aspects, but because on a full body level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, it's now put me in a position to do the same for others. And now practice light work, quantum light work, energy healing. And it has allowed me to use this tool to share with the world. And never in 2023, when I first encountered this, when I thought, oh my God, what in the did I think that I would be on YouTube talking about it? Not once, not twice. I think this might be at least 5 parts, but we'll see as I get guidance and as where this gonna is we're gonna take this because I'm really trying to go with the flow with this and really, where I'm being guided and just and not stick to any script. I do have my little notes here, but not any script. So I do have what I'll tell you what I have planned just so you can look for part two. This is part one. The next part, I want to talk about how I went from skeptic to healer, and more so specifically why I use it with my clients now in my courses and things like that. And then in part three, we're going to talk about the power of light work. And I want to go more into how I've been specifically using it to manifest my dream life, because that's what I specifically work with people. What I mentor high achieving women on is success, abundance, finding your purpose, finding your passion, creating a life of prosperity and abundance, and using light work to help speed up those transformations that people, especially high achieving women in the C suites, executives, you might be in political positions, you might be CEOs, board members, celebrities, social media influencers, things like that. You know how it is. You know how it is. You know how success can be. I'll put it that way. And you know the challenges that come along that journey. You know the obstacles that you face. You know the things you have to overcome. And light work has been one of the most powerful tools in leapfrogging and really quantum leaping those roadblocks and those obstacles and those challenges. I'm not going to say that it's pain free, guys. If that's what you're looking for, this is not it. Sorry. But it is the most, I would say, the most priceless pain you could ever pay for. Put it that way. And well worth it when you get to the other side. And when I say the other side, I don't mean like some high point that you reach, but just by simply choosing to participate, to listen, to be open, to receive, to keep an open mind, to say, hey, maybe this could be for me. Because just by doing that, trust me, you'll receive enough. And that's the cool part about it. And that's why that's going to be part three. We're going to do a whole video on that. And then in part four, I want to talk about why I was hiding this. I know, right? After I just said all those cool things about light work and how it has transformed my life and the people around me, they don't even know it, but it's really been transforming other people's lives around me as well as I touch them. Why were you hiding it then, Jasmine? We're going to talk about that in video number 4. And then in video number 5, guys, I'm going to actually share with you a Lightwork audio that I'm going to create. I'm not sure. It's going to be somewhere along the lines of prosperity, abundance, finding your purpose, self-love. Like I said, I'm doing my best to really create in real time each moment and not do a script. So I'm feeling at least now that's what I'm being receiving that it's going to be somewhere along those lines. And it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I can't even believe now that I'm recording this that I was so scared to record it. So thank you, Erin. Shout out to Erin. Shout out to Erin. I love you. Thank you for watching this to the end if you made it this far. And if you have any questions, if you want me to go into further detail about anything I've discussed, please drop your questions in the comment. I would love to hear from you. If there's any other things about light work that I did not share that you would like to hear or learn more about, or my journey specifically that you want to learn more about, please drop the questions in the comment. I would love to hear from you. This is my new YouTube channel, and I'm so excited to bring this to the world. So yeah, drop in your questions and prepare yourself for part 2 of the Lightwork series with Jasmine Kiana.